YouTube channel, I thought I'd do quite a few voiceovers for this video today, as I just wanted to have a relaxing autumnal video. So right now I'm currently setting up to read some of my book called the Spellshop, and right now I am currently enjoying it. It is definitely a cozy feel book at the moment. So I have all my stationery there ready to use, and I'm just selecting where to listen to music from. So for feeling quite autumnal, I like to pick either an autumnal playlist that I've saved on my Spotify, or sometimes I like to pick one off YouTube where it will just have a rotatory screen or some sort of scenic view, which is quite nice to have on the background. So right now I am just flicking through some of the old notes that I've read so far in my book, and I'm just trying to catch myself up to date of where I am. I can't remember where I got this clip from, but it's just handy to clip my pages together and to keep my place of where I'm currently reading. And I bought these highlighting strips off Vinted, but I think you can find them on Amazon, and they are handy because if you are like me, I don't like to permanently mark my books, especially some nice edition of books like this one. So these just act as a highlighter, and at the front of my book I have different colours for different meanings. And also, to help prevent permanently marking books, I ordered these off Amazon. They are clear sticky notes, so when you're just writing over them, you can stick them into the book and you're able to read the passage that's underneath them, as well as any annotations that you have made for a sentence or a paragraph, or any thoughts or feelings of what you've read, or any notes, for example, if you're at university, to make any notes of things you need to remember for revision, or if you want to add them into your assessment. And so what I like to do is I will just peel one off, and then I'll get my scissors to neatly cut them, and I'll try not to waste any of the other post-it notes that I have. And then I am just currently highlighting more of a sentence that I found, which I thought was quite interesting. It was describing a lot of the lore around the book. So at the moment I'm currently reading how magic has a heavy influence within the world, and how sorcerers in the capital affect all of these small islanders outside, and how there has been political imbalance currently in this book. So at the front of my page, as you can see, I have a key, so each tab I have represents something different. So for this tab, I think I'm using a light cream colour, which is to represent the world or world building lore for the book. And you don't really have to have multiple colour tabs for annotations. I've only just started to annotate myself and I'm enjoying it, but what I've noticed is that I can only read so much whilst also annotating, compared to if I'm reading a book normally, I'd read between 20 to 30 pages, but when I'm annotating, I'm only reading between 3 to 10 pages, as I do get a bit bored of it because I just can't whiz through the book. I generally deeply think about what I'm reading, and I'm trying to do that more often now. And so here we are with just one page of notes, annotations, and highlights that I had done for this book, and this took me around 10 to 15 minutes to fully do. So I want to do some baking and I thought I'd share my apple crumble cinnamon muffins with you. So here are all the ingredients that you'll need to make the crumble topping. I will also have all the ingredients that I've modified down below in the description, as well as the method, as I found parts of the method that I copied from just didn't turn out well as I expected, so I thought I'd apply what I knew already to make some of the mixture a bit better. To make the crumble, you want to combine your lighter brown sugar with a tablespoon of granulated sugar, and then to add some grounded cinnamon, just a teaspoon of it, into the mixture as well. And then you want to stir the mixture together, and then afterwards you want to be able to have the butter melted. However, I found that this made the mixture very too creamy, so instead I'd recommend just to rub the butter in with the sugar and also with the flour afterwards, as this will give a better crumble texture rather than melting the butter, as it gives this horrible pasty feel. And to change this, I had to add more flour into the mixture, and so this kind of compromises the crumble texture, as you don't really get much of a good crumble, but I managed to sort it out in the end. But this can also compromise the muffin mixture underneath as well when it comes to baking. For your muffin mixture, you want to add some cinnamon into your plain flour, as well as your baking powder and carbon soda. You then want to add a pinch of salt, or a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. Then into a separate bowl, you want to add your dark sugar. Then add your caster sugar into the same bowl, and then add your butter chunks as well into the mixture. And then you want to be able to create a smooth paste with the butter and the types of sugars you've added into your bowl. Afterwards, I added sour cream into the mixture, or you can use cream, as well as 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 2 large eggs as well. And then to give these a good stir to make sure that all the mixtures are combined fully, ready to be stirred in with the milk afterwards. Next, you want to fully combine your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients, and to make sure that you fully form both of these ingredients together, making sure you get a nice thick pasty mixture. It's okay that if the mixture is too thick, as this is how muffin batter is supposed to be. You then want to freshly peel and chop your apples into small diced cubes, so that they aren't too big to be then folded into the mixture afterwards. I advise to have them less than an inch, so about a quarter of an inch thick. And then you want to carefully fold in the mixture, not stirring, as this will tamper with the mixture. Then you want to carefully spoon quite a large tablespoon into each muffin case. I like to fill mine near enough to the top, as this will create a more fuller muffin for you to eat afterwards. Next, you want to sprinkle over your crumble mixture that you made before. I try to sprinkle as much as possible on top of each mixture without trying to make much of a mess. You don't want to fully cover it, otherwise this will prevent the muffins from rising a bit too much, so you would end up with more of a flatter muffin top, as I experienced this once I finished baking the muffins. You then want to put them into the oven at 220 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. This will fully lift up the tops of the muffin, And then afterwards you want to reduce the heat to around 170 degrees Celsius to carry on cooking for 15 minutes. And then whilst they are cooking in the oven, you want to make your mixture to drizzle the icing on top of the muffins by adding powdered sugar, vanilla extract and some cream. I added more cream into this mixture to make it a bit more runnier. However, I have also put in the description below a halved mixture, as I think halving the mixture prevented me from making wastage, as I just wasted too much of the icing to go onto the muffins when it was required in the method that I'd followed. And then once your muffins are done, you can leave them in the tins for between 5 to 10 minutes. And then after they have cooled down in the tins, you can then place them onto a wire rack for further cooling. I just like to place them by the window, as this helps to cool down the muffins a bit more quickly. And then afterwards you can drizzle your icing on top, either when they're fully cold or a bit warm. Now towards the end of the day, I like to write in my diary of what I've done, and because I've had quite a busy week, I haven't written much into it, so I have got quite a few days to be catching up on. So last weekend I had my photo shoot in Manchester, and I just didn't write in my diary during the whole period of the weekend, and so I really need to get back into writing in a diary every day, as I have become a little bit sluggish with doing this, and I think it's easier to do it every day, as this helps you to reflect on your day, what you've enjoyed about it, what you've not enjoyed about it, my favourite moments, whether I've done my workout regime or if work has been okay. And so this is something I like to do to just decompress and reflect on what I have done for that day. I also like to do a weekly review and monthly review as well, of goals of what I've achieved for that week, what I want to improve for next week, what I've achieved for this month, or what are my goals for the next month and my intentions. So I really hope that you enjoyed this week's video, and please like, subscribe and follow on all my social media platforms in the description below, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.